Anthony Adebayo. We off the record.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes.
You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5. We off the record.
We're different from any other sports.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B. We off the record. We off the record.
What's going on, man? What's up?
What up? What up? Hold on.
Uh-oh. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? It's Off the Record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
It's your boy Scotty B.
Yeah, man. So, man, how was your weekend, man? How was your week, man?
Man, my weekend was pretty good. Just typical weekend. Didn't do too much special.
Yeah,
man, my weekend was pretty good.
Yeah, so yeah, I didn't do too much as well. It was fun, man. I had a nice fun weekend. Got to talk trash with my boys. And you know the Cowboys won, but we'll talk about that later. That's no big deal. Where you want to get started, man? Because there's a lot to talk about in regards to the NFL, NBA. We got a lot to talk about today, so
let's start with the NFL.
All right, so it's week 3 has concluded, and now nope. And it's on. Look, and look at that joint right there. Woo. Now, anyway, that's neither here. That was our last Super Bowl, but whatever. No. So week 3 has concluded. We're heading into week 4. Starting tomorrow, and so I want to ask you because I know Sunday we're actually going to do a preview show of I guess a recap of the first quarter of the season. I want to ask you though, who do you think right now is legit? Who do you think are frauds? Just give me like 2 or 3 teams that you think are legit, and who do you think are frauds?
Oh, that's a good question. Legit. I think after the Monday night game, the Cowboys are now legit. And that pains me to say, but I was impressed.
Okay.
I was definitely impressed. Fraud, I do want to see more out of Carolina. I realize that they're 3-0. I want to see more out of the Raiders, with them being 3-0. A fraud team.
What do you think about Arizona?
I think Arizona's legit. I think Arizona.
So I think that they're borderline. I don't know if they're legit yet, and I don't know if they're fraud. I have them on the same. I have them on the same plane as Carolina.
I think the Rams are legit. Yeah. So here's the thing about Arizona. Kyler Murray, and I've called this out numerous times. He's going to continue to ball out, and I just don't know if there's any stopping him. I think I was a little bit surprised that the Steelers are as bad as they are. You've warned me about Big Ben. I'm surprised that, not really surprised, but Kansas City has been disappointing with all their turnovers that they've had early. I didn't see that coming. I thought that they were just going to be on the tear and they was just going to ride off into the sunset. So I know that they're not done and there's still a lot of football left, but they've got to take care of the ball going down the stretch. I think the Packers are frauds. Yeah, I even though that they beat my 49ers on a heartbreaking loss that I won't get over until we win again. I haven't been impressed with the Packers.
We have Denver. We see Denver. So
Denver's been beating up on some bad teams.
right. So I put them.
That's a good one.
I put them in the same category as Arizona and Carolina. I think those three. I think they have a lot more to prove than say a Rams team that added a better quarterback, or I don't think Buffalo are frauds. I think Buffalo is showing us who they really are. I mean, they had 2 dominating wins in the last 2 weeks. Now, I will say they've pretty much owned Miami the last 3 or 4 years. I honestly don't think Miami's beaten them. I think they've beaten them 3 or 4 straight years. So I don't think that. I think that they're legit. I think that Buffalo is legit.
You know who's some frauds? The Washington football team defense is some frauds.
Hold on, Scott. Hold on. And throw one of those in there too, because you're right.
God.
You are absolutely right. I feel like they were overhyped, overrated. You know, and I told a friend of mine who is a Washington fan, I said that they are feeling themselves because you know they got all the hype of this D line is legit. This is the best D line in football, and they just ain't it. They've been getting run on. They've been getting. I've said even last year their secondary was mediocre. Their D line was playing well, so it looked like this defense is one of the best in the league, and nah, they're not.
I mean, Josh Allen picked those boys apart. I mean, he had a career day. I mean, shoot, what he threw for 358, 4 touchdowns, rushed for a touchdown, and he just looked like he was out there just. I mean, I wouldn't even say just having fun. It was like he was out there running up the score. I couldn't believe it, and I went into the season so I'm one of them people that I felt like the Washington football team defense was going to be dominant. It was going to dominate that division, and I like what they did on defense. But over the past 3 weeks, I've had to get off that bandwagon real quick.
Right. So I'm not saying that they're scrubs. Not by any shape.
Scrubs.
Yeah, I'm not saying that they're scrubs. I do think that they are overhyped though, and I'm talking about their defense as a whole. You know, their offense ain't gonna get you that many points. You know, so I feel like.
So let me ask you this. Let's keep it there for a second.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that Tampa Bay's defense is overhyped?
Yes. They have no secondary. They just got Richard Sherman, but I personally think that they're gonna need more than that. Yeah, I feel like they are. Now their linebacking core, they legit. Yeah, I mean,
hey, salute to Richard Sherman too, man. I saw an interview with him, and he was talking about how his incident in July, man, forced him to get some help, and he got the help he needed, and he's in the right headspace, and he's ready to play. So I think it's a good addition. Is it going to help them get where they need to go? I think right now the NFC is still wide open as far as like it's some teams that it's a lot of football left to play. But I do see that secondary holding them back in the future. Just with the way that some of the teams in the NFC are throwing the football, you've got to have a solid secondary.
Nah, I agree. So, you know, I know we talked about the Cowboys a little bit. What do you think about their secondary and their defense as a whole?
I think it's improved. I think right now they're having fun on defense. It shows. It's an opportunistic defense. There's secondaries coming along. Um, it's going to be interesting to watch. Now, other than Tampa Bay, have they necessarily been battle tested? I mean, we know the Chargers beat the Chiefs. I don't feel like that Eagles game was much of a game for them. Um, I watched the Eagles and I feel bad for Jalen Hurts because if he continues to play like that, it's going to be a long season for him.
Well, and we'll get to Philly in a moment. I feel like with the defense, with the Cowboys defense, they lead the league in turnovers. So, like you said, they are opportunistic. But the main thing is they're clearly playing hard, and it seems like they have a scheme that works for this defense and works for these guys that Dan Quinn has brought in. I mean, these guys. Go ahead and say pause now, but they have length. Um, um, they're just not out of position. They're fitting the runs correctly. It looks like a professional defense. The crap that we saw last year was just guys on the field. That was it. And it looked terrible. And now you can actually look at this defense and say, oh, they're all right. They're all right. And the biggest thing is the drafting of Micah Parsons, because he is, I think you can call him a generational talent. I mean, because he literally could play any position on the field. He can play anywhere. He can.
I mean, okay. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. They look good. They look good, and I give them that. And I'm wishing your team as much success, but let's not overdo it. Now, I will tell you who is scaring me: my 49ers.
In a good way or a bad way?
In a bad way.
Okay.
I'm struggling with what our identity is, and I'm struggling with the defense and their capabilities.
Right.
We've been 3. So the Detroit game was supposed to be a blowout, right? But we let Detroit back in it.
Mm-hmm.
We beat Philadelphia, but it wasn't like an impressive victory. Like when people watched that game, Philly was in it all the way to the end. Right. And then you watch the Green Bay game, which I said it. I haven't been overly impressed with Green Bay. Mm-hmm. So I feel like our defense is giving up too much, and our offense is really struggling to find like its identity to where, are we a running team? Are we going to get George Kittle involved? What are we doing with Brandon Ayuk? Like what's like going on? So even though we're 2-1, I'm still a little bit nervous about what direction we're really going at.
I'm gonna answer this question: is Parsons more versatile than Isaiah Simmons? I would say yes. Isaiah Simmons ain't playing on the D line. He's not.
I mean, yeah. So Parsons is a game changer, right? And he's done wonders for that defense. But I said it when it happened. I mean, you guys had a good draft. You brought in a lot of good talent. I mean, you got Micah Parsons in the first round, which was a steal, but you were able to build up a lot of depth throughout the draft and get and then the guys too from last year gained a lot of experience. Just it wasn't translating the wins, and they weren't stopping anybody. But you can't replace in-game experience. How do you feel about the Saints?
Ooh, that fraud, those frauds that we was talking about. Right now, they're on the verge of being called frauds. I think that I don't know. They they look good at moments, and it's like, I mean, because even so, I think we got a little. I think we overhyped them after week 1 when they beat the Packers. But that loss that they took, they just didn't look good in the loss. You know what I'm saying? So there's some losses where you're like, all right, they're all right. They didn't look good in the loss, and then they won last week, and it was just regular. It wasn't nothing to write home about, because they were playing a rookie quarterback who kind of struggled, you know. So they're in the middle right now. They're 2-1, but they're in the middle. I can't really tell. They're gonna be
Zach
good.
Zach Wilson. Is he a fraud?
It's too early to say.
Too early to say.
I don't think he's a fraud. I mean, it's the Jets, man. It's the Jets. So we got. So I don't think anybody thought that they were gonna be like great this year. I don't think nobody thought they were going to be a playoff team. I want to give them at least 2 to 3 years. I want to give them 2 to 3 years to see how they build around him, because they have to build around. What the Jets did wrong with Sam Darnold is, when they had a terrible coach, and they didn't really build around him. Like he didn't really have anyone great to throw to. He didn't have if you're gonna have middle of the pack receivers, you better have an all-pro tight end, and you better have a legit line. Now, I think the line now for the Jets is still better than what it was for Darnold, but it's gonna take them a little bit of time. I give them 2 to 3 years, and then we gotta like see. You know what I'm saying? Because let's be honest, most rookie quarterbacks, about 95% of rookie quarterbacks aren't ready for the NFL. Now, they may get thrown in there, but they aren't really ready for the NFL. They aren't really ready. Like most rookie quarterbacks are going to be.
So you're admitting that this week,
huh?
You're admitting that this week, because last week you.
We'll get back to that. We'll get back. No, but so yes, to an extent though, and what I'm saying is. Yes, you can play and you can be a quarterback, but it's gonna take even the greats, even the Tom Brady's, even the Peyton Mannings, the Daks, one of the exceptions may be Pat Mahomes, but Mahomes sat a whole year. You see what I'm saying? And he had a Pro Bowl quarterback ahead of him. So it's not like it's not, and he has Andy Reid who is good at coaching quarterbacks. So,
how do you feel about the Baltimore Ravens?
I think the Baltimore Ravens are legit. I think I feel like the Baltimore Ravens are gonna make some noise. I don't think they're gonna win their division, but I think they're gonna make some noise.
And see, that's interesting. At the beginning of the season, I said that they were frauds, but watching Lamar Jackson these last couple of games, I've always believed in him, but he's starting to play that, man. That boy can spin that ball, and we make a big deal about him not being able to pass, but Marquise Brown looked like he was shaving points out there. I mean, he was putting just balls on the money, and people just wasn't catching them. Yeah, kept dropping them, man.
So I what I will say, and this may sound crazy, so I'm gonna get to that Lamar Jackson started off high as a rookie thing in a second, because he wasn't ready either. But Detroit, folks, better watch out for Detroit. Detroit ain't making these games. They are getting in their own way. But they've been in all these games. They could have easily been 2-1, 1-2, 3-0. Hear me out, because they had a shot at the end against Carolina. I mean, against San Francisco. They were on the 20. They just couldn't get it in the end zone. Against Green Bay, it was a close game for about 2.5 quarters, and then, you know, Aaron Rodgers did what Aaron Rodgers does. They had the lead with 4 seconds or whatever, however many seconds, and they didn't get with 7 seconds, and they didn't get the delay of game call, and they kick a 66-yard field goal. I mean, they should have won that game. They should have won the game.
Still stinks.
Oh yeah, this guy. I'm sorry. I didn't mean that.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's just Wednesday.
Wednesday. I apologize. That, you know, for people that don't know, Scott lost ultimately because of that field goal. I mean, he lost by 12 points. That one field goal gave that person 13 points. Damn. I'm sorry, man. But I think that don't sleep on Detroit. Detroit is they're gonna struggle a little bit.
So you know the thing about Detroit, and I can't put my finger on it, but Jared Goff appears to be like he feels more comfortable in Detroit. Yeah, than he felt with the Rams. And that may sound stupid because, you know, he had Sean McVay and he had a different type of offense, but it's like it's week 3, so I don't want to go too far, but he just looks like a more solid, stable quarterback in the Lions offense. Right. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because they're playing from behind and he's able to just kind of cut loose, but Jared Goff is out there. I don't want to say balling, but he's different.
He's playing well. He's playing well, and you know, you just gotta watch out for him. I mean, for them, you just gotta watch out for them.
So the Colts, right? They go to
Frauds.
what? Owen, huh?
Frauds.
0-3. That's.
I mean, they were close games, but.
Do you see them turning the ship around, or do you think it's just going to be a rough season for them?
For the Colts, I think they may win 7, 8, or 9 games.
Yeah, it's going to be tough. I was rooting for Carson Wentz now that he's returned with Frank Wright, but it's just it's not clicking. And like I said, it's a lot more football left. But they've got some work to do. Do you think Jacksonville is going to win a game?
Yes. They should have won a game. They should have won last week.
They let them.
That would be crazy if they go winless, and it's the first 17 losses for in Trevor Lawrence's career. Like he never lost in college. He never lost a regular season game in college or high school. And now he gets to the pros and can't win a game. That would be crazy. I guess
the flip side is he's gaining experience.
Yeah, they're not gonna be bad forever, and they're gonna win some games this year. They're gonna win some games. I hope.
Are you surprised about the Bengals? How tough they look?
No, because anyone that thought that Burrow wasn't going to be that guy is crazy. And guess, I can't wait till they play the Chargers, because I can't wait. But in regards to the Bengals, they're gonna make some noise this year. And that Burrow to Chase
combination isn't going away.
Hey, ain't going nowhere no time soon.
Not going away.
He's in year 1. Burrow's in year 2. They are pretty much going to be tied at the hip for a long time. A long time.
You know who I've been a little disappointed in? Minnesota.
Frauds.
I thought Minnesota was going to be better. I don't know why I would ever stake anything on Kirk Cousins.
And guess who got hurt already? Dalvin
Cook. Yeah. All my running backs. Gone.
Hey, everything don't revolve around fantasy, okay?
Yeah. Hey, that keeps me engaged, man. Keeps me engaged.
You want to get to the winner of the week?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner. No, you're a winner.
All right, welcome back, everybody. All right, so my winner of the week this week has a just very close spot in my heart. Sometimes, I try to warn this guy and I try to talk him off a ledge and I try to tell him when he's not making any sense and he just doesn't listen to common sense. And a couple of weeks ago, we were having a discussion about our pregame stuff and what we thought and how we thought the NFL season was going to go. My winner of the week this week is Mr. Anthony Adebayo for even thinking that Matt Nagy was going to be the coach of the year. I thought it was absurd when he said it. When I watched the Bears play, I just could not stop thinking of what a terrible offensive plan that Matt Nagy put together for Justin Fields. And it was just horrible, man. I mean, the guy got sacked 9 times. He looked like he was out of place. And it wasn't because of him or a lack of talent. It was because of Matt Nagy. So I won't give a hot take. Well, it ain't even a hot take. Everybody know. If Matt Nagy can get this shit together, he ain't going to be coaching in this year, let alone be the coach of the year. Yo, what are your thoughts, man? You the winner of the week, so we'll give you an opportunity to talk and defend that terrible take. Well, I won't even say it's a terrible take because you were half right. You said that he would be coaching for his job, and it's week 3, and he's coaching for his job. If I'm a Bears fan, I am chanting "Fire Nagy" every chance I get. What's up, man?
Yo, did you give me winner of the week?
Gave you the winner of the week, man.
I am shocked and appalled at what I'm hearing right now. All right, wait a minute. All right, so let me explain, please. Give me some time to explain.
Got a lot of explaining.
First of all, I can't believe you gave me winner of the week. It's cool.
It's a first, man, but some things you just got to be called to the carpet.
Damn.
Yeah, you got to be called to the carpet.
Wow. All right, so here's my thing. Damn. All right. So I will say this. Opinions are made to be changed. and so again, when I stated that a few weeks ago, I said that that Nagy should and could win Coach of the Year if he did a few things. If he started Justin Fields, which it looked like he didn't want to start Justin Fields, but Dalton got hurt. And if they won the division, which it is still winnable, let's not. I mean, they're 1-2. It's still winnable. And yeah. So those things had to happen. So part of those things are happening. I think the problem is, for me, I thought that he would learn from his mistakes, meaning the whole Mitchell Trubisky fiasco. And one of the things were Mitchell Trubisky last year, especially early in the season, continuously said, I do X, Y, and Z. I feel more comfortable doing X, Y, and Z. And he was so bullheaded and said, no, you're going to do what we call and what I call and all of these things. And so they were winning. They won their first 3 games, but they were ugly. And he benched Trubisky, put Nick Foles in, and it was worse. It was a disaster. He should have never put Nick Foles in. Then they go back to Trubisky, and they do the things that Trubisky said that he's comfortable doing, and they won games and made it to the playoffs. They didn't win in the playoffs, but it wasn't like they got blown out. They lost by like 12 points in the playoffs against the Saints. That ain't nothing to like sneeze at. I mean, it's the Saints. So in my head, I'm thinking, well, as a coach, you should be able to adjust. You should be able to put your players in the best positions to win as possible. And he didn't. So I feel like he's gonna run. You see, here's the thing. Andy Dalton is, I think he's been in the league, 12 years or something like that, 10 years, whatever it is. Andy Dalton is a vet. He's won division titles. He's made it to the playoffs. He's a competent NFL quarterback. You can't run everything that you will run for Andy Dalton with Justin Fields. You just can't. And this is where we come back to the rookies not being ready part, right? Even though you're not ready, does not mean you can't be successful. And when I say you're not ready, that means you can't get the whole playbook. You got to get half. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong. At your first 2 to 3 years, honestly, most quarterbacks, their first 2 to 3 years, they should be game managers. They should be until they start grasping the playbook and everything from terminology to being able to slide protection, to being able to call out blitz, to being able to do every single thing that the coach wants the quarterback to do as a veteran. So, no, I don't expect Justin Fields. I don't expect Zach. I don't expect Mac or Trevor or any of them to get the full playbook. I don't even think Justin Herbert had the full playbook last year. I don't, because that would be foolish to think that you could just bring this kid out of college and give him the full playbook and say, you running the playbook, you're gonna lead this team yourself, and that's unfair. So yes, you may have to dial things back with Justin Fields. Less than a year ago, he was playing college football. So yes, he's not ready for all of that. They need to gradually increase everything. But he put Justin Fields in terrible positions by play action in the left and expecting him to go back right. That makes no sense. It makes no sense, especially with if not the worst O-line in football, is one of the worst O-lines in football. So my thinking, even knowing that they had a terrible O-line before the season, my thinking was he's going to learn from his own mistakes of just a season ago and start this kid, but put him in position to be successful. Because if Justin Fields is not successful, ladies and gentlemen, Matt Nagy is out the door, and he may not even make it through October. He may not be the coach of the Chicago Bears by Halloween.
That was my next question. So we got Nagy watch, right? We got Nagy watch going on right now. So you say now you're changing from him being the coach of the year. So when do you think he'll be fired by?
So here, before I answer,
you about to get fired.
So here's my thing on that. If he finds a way to adjust, right? And when I mean because I get it, I'm a coach. Coaches have egos. Coaches are prideful. I get it. But don't let your pride have you not having a job.
I can guarantee you Monday morning when he walked into work, or Tuesday, or whenever he got in, they told him there is no ego. You need to fix this. I can guarantee you that came from the top. Like, nah, bro, and this ain't gonna work.
And I do think that Nagy, he does have an opportunity to fix this. Now I won't overreact over the last game, because they were playing the Cleveland Browns, who have a good defense. I mean,
next.
The Bears play. I think they play Detroit. I think the Bears play Detroit next, and
so that's a winnable game.
Yeah, so they play Detroit at home. They play Detroit at home, and then they go to the Raiders the following week. And I tell you what. If they win those next two games, I don't think we have a Nagy watch. I think we come back and I give you winner of the week and say, look, this is our coach of the year, damn it. He's not winning coach of the year. He's not winning coach of the year.
He ain't winning coach of the year.
I have conceded that, and I agree with this right here. If they lose that game to Detroit and they look
he gets
bad,
fired.
Yeah, I'm almost certain. That he's probably gonna be going Monday morning. They may wait till I don't know when their bye week is. We can look up their bye week, but
So it's safe to say that he's not coaching for coach of the year. He's just coaching for his job at this point. Yeah, like every week he's on the hot seat.
Yeah. I mean, it's unfortunate, but he kind of did it to himself. He's just stubborn, man.
So I got a question for you before we lose sight of this, right? All right, so we got Tampa Bay playing the Patriots this weekend. There's been a lot of issue. It's Tom Brady's first time returning back. He's going to Foxborough. He's going to break the passing record. He's going to break Drew Brees' record. What are your thoughts on some of the things that we've been hearing about Tom Brady's exit?
Oh, I mean, Scott, we knew those things already. I think we knew those things, and they as far as like, that honestly, I think they were just sick of each other. They were sick of each other, and those things that Tom Brady's trainer and dad said, I believe them. I think those are Tom Brady's words. I feel like those are Tom Brady's words coming through those two guys, that he probably was treating Tom like a 24, 25, really? Like a 24, 25-year-old type kid. You know what I'm saying? Are you kidding me? Like, what is happening right now? So and he look at how much fun Tom Brady's having in Florida. Look at how much fun he's having in Florida. It's like, man, he's having a blast.
So what did you think about the part? And I'll tell you, I think it was pretty cruddy. If this is true, about him not wanting to meet Tom Brady, Bill Belichick not wanting to meet Tom Brady in person after he had decided that he was going to leave. So I think that's foul, considering what Tom Brady has done for Bill Belichick. I mean, Bill Belichick, he'll go down right now as probably the greatest coach. Like if you used to say it all right now, he is the greatest coach, but he doesn't get there without Tom Brady. And to say that he had to do it. I mean, Tom Brady was along for the ride. I mean, he's got Super Bowl rings as an assistant, but everything that he built in New England without Kraft, without Belichick, without Brady, without one of those pieces, I don't think neither guy is as successful. I think you could start to make the argument that maybe Tom Brady could have been successful in any other system, but I don't think anybody believes that. I mean, and the only reason you can even make that argument is he's won now without Belichick. So, he did it. He did it on his own. So, I mean, you can make the argument. I doubt that that's the case, but yeah, I thought that was cruddy, man.
Yeah, that's tough. I want being as petty, and let's be real. Brady don't forget, so I don't be surprised if those guys are playing for Brady, and the Bucks win like big. I mean, Belichick is rough on rookie quarterbacks, but the Patriots don't have that great of a rushing offense, which a rookie quarterback needs. And now, if
he is going to torch the Patriots. I mean, he is going to torch the Patriots. And I mean, if you're Bill Belichick, though, I guess it's a gift and a curse, right? Because it should be the easiest quarterback to plan for. But how do you plan against Tom Brady? You know what I mean? Is he going to come up with the right system or scheme to go against it? I think he's personally going to torch New England. It's going to get ugly. He's going to go out there and he's going to try to throw for at least 400 to 500 yards. He is going to do and he gets Antonio Brown back. Now Gronk is scheduled to play, but I don't know if you knew about his ribs being looked at. So right. I don't know if that's going to hold him out.
Got blasted last week.
Yeah, man, it's going to be ugly. But they do have a book coming out. I guess sometime in October. It's supposed to be more of a tell-all. It's a lot of interviews with people that has been in the organization. Some interviews from like Tom Brady and some interviews from like people that have been around Robert Kraft. Supposedly, according to the book, it's saying that Robert Kraft thinks that Bill Belichick is the biggest asshole in the world.
Hey, man. Look, it seems like in order to be successful, you got to have a little bit of asshole in you. Well, man, that sounded crazy. Pause. But you got to be a jerk to an extent.
Yeah, it doesn't take anything from Robert Kraft, too. I mean, he's been a cheapskate, and you don't get that way with being a nice guy. So he definitely counts his coins, and
absolutely,
yeah.
So, man, that's what the bigger question to me is after the game. Do we get a handshake? Do we get a dap? Do we get a hug? Do they talk?
Oh yeah. So?
Okay.
Yeah, if you Tom Brady, man, you whisper in Bill Belichick ear, you ain't shit, right? You know what I mean? And just kind of keep it pushing.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that because when there's somebody that got beef or if the media makes a beef out of something, it's always that post game meetup. Do Bill just give him a little tap on the shoulder? Do Tom give him a pound? Like what happened? So I mean, we're gonna see. I think do they have a conversation?
Yeah, no. They're gonna have a conversation just to put all this stuff to bed. Yeah.
Just for the cameras.
Just for the cameras. I do agree with you. Is there's probably validity in everything that we're hearing, and like you said, eventually they got tired of each other, and right. I can see Bill Belichick not wanting to change, and Tom Brady to start. After that second or third Super Bowl ring, you start looking around like, yo, where's my respect? I hear the trainer thing. What was a direct shot at Tom Brady, and I hear that Tom Brady wasn't feeling that with him banning his trainer. It's a lot of salary cuts that he took. He took a lot of team friendly deals, and say he was irritated with not being able to have the input into the players that they were bringing in and stuff like that. So I'm sure like it wasn't one of those things. It was just a collection of all of them that kind of brought it to the forefront.
All right, so I think we've talked enough football. It's almost time to go anyway. But NBA camps getting ready to start. There was NBA had their media day yesterday throughout the league, or the last couple of days. And the biggest thing that everybody's been talking about is the vaccines versus the anti-vaccines. What are your thoughts on? Well, I guess they just released today that if you miss a game because you're not vaccinated, you're not going to get paid for that game. And what is your thoughts on everything in regards to the vaccine and the guys that don't want to get vaccinated and all these things that they've been talking about as far as not being allowed in certain arenas?
So I do think it's a choice, and I'm not always for telling people what to do.
Mm-hmm.
But it's consistent with what's going on in the world. You know, what I mean, it's a lot of jobs that are requiring people to be vaccinated. You know, what I mean, it's just reality. And where we're kind of going with everything is that if you choose not to be vaccinated, they're going to make it as uncomfortable. Not just sports, but just anywhere, any job force, just trying to travel, trying to go places. They're going to make it uncomfortable for those individuals that aren't vaccinated. So, at some point, like you got a lot of individuals out there that are choosing between their mindset
Mm-hmm.
and how they support their families and how they,
Right.
feed themselves. And right now, I don't think the NBA players should be any different. You know what I mean? Because it's a lot of people that are working in gas stations that the gas station is telling them, you got to be vaccinated. And they might only be working for $12 an hour, but these
Right.
are conversations and debates that everybody is having. Most people that are in the workforce is being impacted by this by certain ways. So I mean, I've had to do what I've had to do. I'm vaccinated, and it just is what it is. I mean, either you get on board or you can stay strong to your beliefs, but you got to adapt to what's going on. So if that means that you got to sit out or you can't go in any arenas or you catch COVID and you don't get paid, unfortunately that's reality. So I don't feel sorry for them.
So let me ask you this: Did you did you f- were you against getting vaccinated initially? I mean, you don't have to answer if you don't want to. That's
No. I'll answer. I never was. I mean, I have been in the military to where I've taken a whole bunch of vaccines and I've been to other countries and I've taken a whole bunch of different shots and just all sort of things that I didn't know what necessarily was in, my body. So I wasn't as hesitant as
Mhm.
other people. Now I can understand the flip side of it, and not to put my wife into it, but my wife was really hesitant to
Right,
get it, and she had a lot of the concerns that most people have about it. I mean, she
right.
ended up getting it, but a lot of the concerns that most people have, she was the same way. She was one of the people that, hey, I gotta wait and see first. You know what I mean? I'm just
Right, right,
not just gonna be running to go get this thing, and
right. So and I was that way. We've had this conversation, and I felt like I was like I I don't like getting shots, and I was just like, I don't know about this. I don't get sick that often. And then I just started seeing things around me, doing research, and I felt like, I have my children in the house, my family's in the house, and I don't want to be that guy that I get sick, and now it was just a lot. So I decided. I said I'm getting vaccinated. And now I have two older daughters, and I didn't force them to do anything. I didn't. It was their decision. Although I mean, yeah, I could easily force, say, you getting vaccinated. I don't care what you say, but I didn't want to. I felt like if I gave them a choice, or us as their parents gave them a choice, then they would make their choice and make a right choice. I trust my kids enough for that. So they ultimately said they was gonna get vaccinated. They both fully vaccinated. And in regards to these NBA guys, I know, like you said, they have their beliefs. But here's my thing. Here's kind of like eh, my it's kind of an issue. Not necessarily. A lot of these guys, most of them, maybe all of them, use some sort of performance enhancing drug, right? Whether it's legal or illegal. A lot of the times they have no idea what are in these drugs. And so I think that you're using these performance enhancing drugs to get some sort of edge in your particular sport, in this case basketball, and you don't know what's in there. Now this drug, this vaccine can save your life and save people around you's life. And you don't want to get it because you feel like you don't, or because you don't trust the government, or because you feel like it's gonna allow a spoon to stick to your arm, or you feel like they're tracked, whatever these myths that people come up with, and then they pass along misinformation, which ultimately creates whatever stir that it creates. I would encourage a lot of these guys to do more research, even because doing the research and going to trusted sources and not a conspiracy theorist site. Go to the CDC, go to all of these other ones, and things of that nature.
But I don't want to get too far into politics, but we just had a president that made it acceptable to not fact check and to get sources from wherever. So it started then. We have people that really say these things and they don't have credible sources. But the irony of it is that we had a leader for 4 years that did the same thing. So people have decided, hey, I'm just going to express how I feel, regardless of if it's true, if it's not, if it's a reputable source, and I'm going to put it in the air, and it just kind of goes wherever it's going to go with it. I guess the thing that sometimes annoys me is the same person that be talking mess about the vax is the same person I know that will go down the street to anybody on the block and buy some weed from the person that they don't know and smoke the blunt and think that that's somehow safer than vaccination. That's the only place I kind of go with it is, it's just a lot of inconsistencies.
Look, the same people go to restaurants and don't know what the hell they doing behind in the kitchen with their food. They don't know it. They don't we're like, if you want to say we're taking risks damn near with everything that we do.
Yeah, but I think so. The important thing too, and where I started and where I kind of stay is, I'm cool with everybody having like their opinion, just as long as your opinion doesn't impede on my opinion. Like, if you don't want to do it, that's on you. But just realize that some of the things that you like to do, they're going to be compromised, and same for the NBA players. Like, look, you don't have to do it. Nobody's holding a gun to your head, but don't be mad at these arenas that are requiring people to be shoot, the fans got to be vaccinated to get in some of these arenas. Like, they're not going to let you in there unless you're compliant. So, if you're going to ask a fan to do that, you're damn sure going to have to ask the people that's playing the game, or even the people that's working in the stadiums to that measure. So I don't think it's unreasonable, but people are free to do what they want to do, man.
Yeah, I agree, and they're going to. So, yeah, we're just about done here, but I do want to remind folks, this Sunday, we will have a special show, and are we doing a live? I guess we are live, recording live, right?
Yeah, we do it live. We do
it live, and then have a replay on Tuesday. But yeah, man, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have Jamal and Marcus back on. We'll record. We'll probably get a flyer out for it and make it happen.
Yeah, throughout the season, we'll start getting some of our other friends. Get Phil on here, Abdul, Mike, Charles.
Some
other guy.
Almost forgot, yo. Let's get You know, you gotta get some horns for Burning Goats. Burning Goats cracked 150 and won this week, man.
Oh wow.
Man,
Hey.
shout out to Burning Goats, man.
You know what I thought about? I was looking at Burning Goats team the other day. I said, man, you know how karma is, right? You talk so much mess about somebody, and then they start going on a run, and then your team starts sucking. So now, shout out to Burning Goats for getting off the snide.
Yeah, man. I know Abdul's here. I want to post something Abdul said. Where is it at? You know, because he threw a shot at me, and I ain't like it. I saw it, but I ain't like it. He said if he would have played Madison, he would have won. You know, and I said, well, if my aunt was a man, she'd be my uncle. You know. Here you go.
Oh man.
You know, so I don't care about who you. That's your fault, Abdul. That's your fault.
Abdul, my guy, man. Abdul,
no,
catching a lot of
I'm sick of this.
slack.
I'm sick of this. Like, he getting dragged and scraped or scraped and dragged. I'm tired of him. He thought he was gonna win. This man, let me tell you what this man did. He said, "Yo, I hope that Dax has his that wife or girlfriend or whoever goes into labor right before the game starts, so he can't play." How cruddy is that?
So they ask you, if you're faced with that decision, like you're right there.
No, I'm not answering.
Do you play the game, or do you leave and go to the hospital? You're on the field.
If you're on the field, I won't know. I won't know.
No. The game ain't started. The game ain't started. But yo, you're on the field, and maybe it's got like 15 more minutes left before the game starts.
So let me ask you:
do you leave or pretend like you didn't get the message and come after the game?
Abdul is crazy. Yo. Look at this. Look at this. I don't even know if she's pregnant. I just didn't want to win.
No, but definitely don't answer that.
In that situation,
you don't have to answer that. That is
a setup. I mean,
that is a setup. No. You say you go and you be with your wife and you go with the happy stuff, and then after we hang up, you tell us how you really feel. But nah,
so but I'll say
you
this.
don't answer that.
I'll say this: we are gonna have Charles. We're gonna have Charles on our good friend Charles Shire. He's a good friend of ours. We are gonna have him on the show next week.
Okay.
We're gonna have Abdul's crazy. We're gonna have him on the show next week. Carolina does play Dallas. And we have a bet. We have a bet on that game. We have a bet on that game for $500. Initially, it was $1,000. It was $1,000 bet, and then our good friend Jamal said he wanted to get in. And I didn't want to do that to Charles because Charles is a good friend of mine. I didn't want him to bet $2,000, so I said, Jamal, we can split it. Because he already was going to bet $1,000. We shook on $1,000. And I said, you know what? Jamal $500, me $500. Because I'm a giving person. And I think if I eat, my people eat. You know what I'm saying?
So look, right? So that's a
big
money
Scott.
bet.
Hold on, Scott. I want to add to that bet. And I know Charles is there. I know he's there. I know he's listening right. I want to add to that bet. I want to add a hat. I want to add a hat to that bet. Because we're going out to watch the game. I want to add a hat to that bet. Charles, if you agree to a hat also, say something. We can talk offline, but I want to add a hat to that bet. Scott, go ahead.
Yeah, man, this is the bet of all bets. I know some big ballers out there that tell me that they ain't nothing, but that's pretty noble of Charles to take 2 bets for $500. That's a fan Yeah, it's gonna be close. I wish both of you luck. I will definitely see the aftermath of that, but man, that's yeah, that's big time. That's big time right there, man.
Hey man, so it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great, man. And it's all love. It's all love. But yes, and that bet, and let's one more thing to clear. That bet was made in August. The season hadn't started. The bet was made in August. So
Yeah, the bet was made in August, but I think it was some drinking going on, and it was some intoxicated folks, and it was one of them
Hey
things that it
man.
was just kind of like, all right, yeah, we'll bet, but both of y'all remembered, and both of y'all was serious, so you wasn't too intoxicated. You was like, oh
Right,
yeah,
right,
I'm
right.
getting that money, and Charles was like, oh nah, I'm with it. I got this. So yeah, man.
So we gonna see, man. We gonna see. We gonna see. Woo, woo. So but we'll see what'll happen. Um, for who,
Right.
Phil? Whose pride got in the way? Whose pride got in the way? You know, we'll see. Any game is in Dallas.
Yeah, well, look, right. That is definitely, and Phil is right, right? That is a pride bet. When both of you preseason hasn't even started, nobody knows what. I don't even think Sam Donald was even with Carolina when this bet started. He probably was because that was a draft day trade. But I mean, to say I'm that much of a fan, I'm going to put up the money regardless. Like we're going to beat you. Your team is trash. That's all. That's all pride.
Right, right. Yeah. Yeah, man. And listen, I mean, hey, if
Yeah, for all you knew, Dak could have not came back. Like the defense could have still been crappy like it was last year. Like anything could have happened, and both of you
I knew
just said,
the defense wasn't gonna be bad. I knew the pieces we had. I knew that the defense. And look, right now I think we're like middle of the we're middle of the pack on defense, but we lead the league in turnovers. Trayvon Diggs is looking like. I mean, he got the swag that's like, yo. He looked like he gonna be that guy. Um, So I mean, we'll see. It is what it is. If they win, I mean, if the Cowboys win, they win. If they lose, they lose. They're a bag of shells.
"Oh, nah, I ain't gonna be that because the winner gonna get on this show and talk
Mm,
they shit."
mm.
and, you hey,
Woo!
hey, and you gotta live that you lost a half a stack to the other person. Oh hell, and you know what? Our little chat group that we got going.
Uh,
The losers
uh,
or loser
uh,
of that bet will not forget it. Will
uh.
not forget it. I guarantee you they won't forget that one for a long time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah. We're definitely gonna be talking about this for a long
Oh
time.
yeah, we'll
Oh
we'll
my
make
God.
sure we'll make sure to remind whoever loses that money that they lost that money.
Jeez.
Hey man, that's what friends are for, man. Kick you while you at your worst.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm mad Charles ain't agree. I don't know if he agreed to the hat, man. Oh, oh, oh! He agreed to the hat, man. I thought he was
Oh
gonna.
shit.
Yeah. So I'm gonna have another Cowboys. Listen, I don't know what different Cowboys had every week so far, and I'm gonna wear another one because Charles got so much damn pride. He want to be prideful. I can be prideful too.
Yeah, somebody gonna be a mad prideful dude.
Yeah. Absolutely. It ain't gonna be me.
Whoever
It
lose
ain't
that
gonna be
joint,
me. You know
be
what?
mad.
Yo, Scott. I'm feeling myself, right? I should add one more thing to this bet. You know what time it is?
Let's do it.
Yoke him up challenge, Charles. What's good? What's good? Yoke him up. Live on off the record. Loser got to yoke him up. $500, another hat, and a yoke him up challenge. What's good, Charles? Should we get Charles up here now?
Yo, bring him in.
Should we get Charles?
Bring him in.
Yo, we're gonna get Charles up here. You know, because I think that it's only right that we get this man up here because you know, I think it's fair. You know, I think it's fair because when you have a yoke 'em up challenge, you need the person to agree to that in person. So
he coming on?
Yes, he said he will be here in the next couple of seconds, and I think that yeah. So no, ain't no way in the world I ain't getting no Barbie. Now we got the peanut gallery hyping it. No. No. We ain't doing that.
Hey, he might come on. He might come on his joint and say he don't want to do the egg. He wants you to do the
Nah, because Charles is already bald, so it's like
it might be the egg for him and the body for you. I don't know. It's not even my bet.
Shut up! What are you doing? No. It's yoke 'em up.
No, it ain't my bet. Yeah, it ain't my bet. No.
Oh
bet.
Man. Oh man. So we got a special guest here.
What's going on, Chuck?
What is good? I'm telling you right now, live. I'm accepting the yolk and the egg, and I'm getting that 5. Yes. That's how much pride I got in my Panthers. Yolk,
wow. Egg. So hold on. So this I want everyone to be clear. So what you're saying is, and this is we're talking about you and I right now.
That's right.
$500.
Yep.
Another hat.
Yep.
And a yoke 'em up challenge.
Send it. Let's go. Set it up. Oh. Yes. That's right.
Yeah. Well,
Sunday's gonna be fun, gentlemen. I
love
this.
Yeah. What time we meeting up Sunday? So we gonna do the pregame joint.
Yeah.
We meet up Sunday.
Yeah. We're gonna watch the game. We're gonna have some drinks, have some food, and
hey, this ain't
about
like the
to be
old
hard.
days where you gotta.
We might have had the cameras out.
It's about to be hard body.
This ain't like the old days where you can lie about the ATM won't let you pull out more than $300. Like these are good old Cash App days.
We got access to the Cash App. It's all there.
Zelle.
Hey man. Hey Charles. Ooh. All I want to say is I see you Sunday.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
Man, you know it.
And
yeah.
I love this. I live for this. And if I lose, I shall lose with grace and dignity. I don't care.
You say that now until you lose.
Listen,
and it's looking
that's how you know you got that bread.
Yeah,
you just go. That's how you know you got that cheese. Like,
hey man,
I can lose this stack. I'm good.
I can gain a stack.
You can gain the stack too. Absolutely.
Gain the stack. That is
true. This is 50-50.
It's about to get dangerous. I love this.
That is true. He definitely can win.
Hey, I want to tell you about Charles. The luck is definitely with my friend.
Yeah.
So anything is possible. So hey,
man, I'm trying to cash out this weekend and go 4-0 in fantasy.
I'm trying to go 4-0 in fantasy as well, but you know,
shit. Motherfucker kicked my ass out. I was hot with the damn Ravens kicker. Now I ain't want to talk. I ain't want to talk for the rest of the afternoon. Now
I said 66. Yes.
Good victory, man.
Oh man, I was nervous at first. I thought it was over. Man. Yeah.
So I'll say this, man. I'll say this, and we'll get out of here. You know, it's gonna be a fun Sunday, but I expect to be hearing this after that clock strikes 0.
And you
it's
know
going
what?
to somewhere. It's going
somewhere. But I expect to hear these words. This man Charles, man.
Wow! Wow!
This man Charles is on a hot streak.
Really? Really?
Yes. I expect to hear those words.
Because of fantasy, right? Because of fantasy.
Yeah, because of fantasy and the cash out. Yeah, it's I could taste I feel this 1K coming through. Ooh.
Hey Charles, you pull this off. You didn't have a great season regardless.
It will be raining morning videos. I might have to do the arm challenge or whatever they do on Instagram with the 1K. I don't know. You never know. Oh, it's gonna be fun.
It's been really, it's time to go, man. It's time to go.
Yeah,
hey, Charles,
let's start October off right.
Hey, Charles, I'm gonna just say this, man. Thank you. Say thank you in advance. Thank you.
Aw.
Yeah, thank you. That's all I got to say. Now get out of here. We done with you. We see you next week.
All right, Chuck, man.
All
right, Chuck.
All right, man. Well, that was fun. Yeah, man. It's off the record. I'm Anthony Adebayo.
Boy, Scotty B, man.
I can't believe this man came on here and said he gonna just do all of that stuff. Ain't that something? I mean, we out. We out.
Anthony Adebayo.
With you there, but if you're a coach, do you take that chance?
Yes. You can reach us at the Off the Record Show at gmail.com. Anthony Adebayo and the most accurate sports coverage. Scotty B's Fantasy 5.
We're different from any other sports.
His sophomore year. Comes back and says, you know what?
And your boy, Scotty B.